Borussia Dortmund are one of Germany's biggest football clubs and a real fan favourite to the casual football fan. But their season so far has been real hit and miss, as they are currently 7th in the Bundesliga but looking very strong in the UCL League phase. Now granted, they have Kobel injured alongside Adeyemi and a couple of other key players. But that's why today's video is going to be trickier than usual, because today I'm using the new live point feature in career mode as I take charge of Borussia Dortmund. We're going to be exactly where they are in real life in the Bundesliga. We'll have the exact same injury issues, and it is my job to weather this tournament to help Borussia Dortmund lift the Champions League. So here we go, guys, we've officially joined Dortmund using the live points, and it is the 11th of November. We joined them as they're currently 7th in the Bundesliga, but also 7th in the UCL, so it really is a mixed bag with Dortmund. But guys, I can kind of understand why, because as you can see from the starting team, there's a fair few injuries we've got to deal with. I mean, Kobel's injured, but he's out for 6 days, so that isn't exactly the end of the world. To be fair, Schuler's out for 13 days, Anton's out for 2 days, and Adeyemi's out for 9 days, so honestly, those injuries are quite misleading. They're nowhere near as bad as I thought they were. But the problem we face, as you can see, guys, we're not in the January transfer window. We can't do anything to improve this team right now. The only thing we can do to this team is mess around with the tactics, mess around with how they play, and hope that it actually works come January. So with that being said, ladies and gents, I'm going for the 4-3-3 attacking variation. I know a couple of players will be playing out of position, but I'll get to this in a second. We're also using a short passing build-up style and having a very high defensive line, basically because our defensive lineup's absolutely rapid. And as you can see from the player instructions, we're playing very attacking, but I think we'll get away with it purely because we got some of the best players in this league. Our two fullbacks are going to be playing the wing-back role, we've got two box-to-box midfielders, and our front four are going to be dead far up the pitch. And as it stands, this is indeed our strongest starting 11, taking into account just how many injuries we've got. Which, by the way, we've got way more than I thought. We're actually going to have to bring a couple of players back off loan just to make sure we don't forfeit some games. Now, obviously, because we're playing the 4-3-3 attack, our wingers will need to be converted to an actual winger. But as you can see, I'm all over it. Reina and Marlon are going to be converted, and so is Adeyemi, Duranville, and Bino Gittins, and it'll take all of them only 2 weeks. But until January comes around, guys, there's literally nothing more I can do to this team. I'm just hoping when it comes to the new year, we've not only improved our place in the Bundesliga, we've maintained our spot in the UCL, and we can further progress in that competition as well. Unfortunately, though, what we did hasn't really done much. We're still 7th in the Bundesliga halfway through. But we're top of the UCL League phase. How does that make any sense? Maybe this team just does better in tournaments instead of leagues. But the good news is we are in January, so the transfer window is now open. And we've got 57 million euros to spend, but this does come with a couple of rules. The first one being we can't spend more than 35 million euros on one player, because over the last 5 years, Dortmund's most expensive signing hasn't been over 35 million. And the second rule is if Bayern Munich come in for one of our players, we have to accept it, because we all know Bayern love stealing Dortmund's players. The problem is, guys, without the injury crisis that we faced earlier on with Dortmund, this team is actually pretty damn stacked. I mean, sales-wise, I know exactly what I'm doing. Both Giovanni Reina and Duranville are going out on loan for at least 1 or 2 years because those pair together have got bags of potential. But I really don't know what to spend this 57 million on. We'll probably only get one signing out of this money anyway. So maybe I go for a player who's already at the club. Maybe Jan Suter would be the perfect sign. I mean, he's 22, 79 rated, but he is with 34 million. Maybe he's a bit out of our price range. But then again, I could do this. I could offer 28 million alongside one of our players. This means I'm giving them more money, but I'm not actually spending it out of my own back pocket. I mean, I'm sure you guys will let me know if you think this is cheating, but I think this is actually sound, and he's accepted it, so it's a freaking win for me. And there we go, Jan Suto is officially a Dortmund player now. But the good news ends there, guys. Niklas Schuler is going to buy him for 31.2 million. Remember that rule, if Bayern come in for one of our players, I've got to accept it. I freaking knew that rule would bite me in the backside at some point. And there he goes, guys, back to Bayern Munich. I mean, that just sucks, man. He's our best centre-back alongside Schlotterbeck. Now, we do have 56 million to replace him. However, we only have 35 million of it we're allowed to spend on him, remember. But I have found a centre-back who we can afford, guys. Lucas Beraldo, 21, 77 rated. He got very good stats. And he's only worth between 32 and 25 mil. So not only can we afford him, he's well within our bracket. And there we go, after spending 31 million euros, shows he is officially Schuler's replacement. Let's hope that's the last surprise we have in this window. Thankfully though, we have survived Bayern Munich. Lotka is going elsewhere on a free transfer, but honestly, I'm not too fussed about that. I am fussed about the team looking this damn decent going into the second half of the season though. There's finally no proper injury concerns. We've made two very good signings in Beraldo and Jan Suto, but it isn't all good news. Because whilst we've smashed it in the UCL League phase, we've got a lot of work to do in the Bundesliga to get our sorry backside from 7th in the league to the top 4 to get back into the Champions League in Season 2. But I've officially done all I can, guys, so it's now time to see how they got on at the end of Season 1. But guys, I am actually gutted. We came so close. We're 5th in the Bundesliga. Joint on points with Leipzig, 4 goals on goal difference separated us, man. We were so close to recovering. As for the DF Pokal, well, to be fair, this isn't exactly my fault. We got knocked out in round 2, and this was before I took over. But as we know, we topped the league phase, so we're through to the round of 16, where we smashed into Milan 5-1. And we just beat Juve on pens. There's no way we've done this first time. But we didn't. Real Madrid just knock us out in the semi-finals 3-2. That is heart-wrenching, man. I mean, we did lose to the winners Real Madrid, but we came so freaking close. And because we finished 5th in the Bundesliga, we've got to work our backsides off next year to get ourselves back into the UCL. But it has to be said, this team is looking freaking fantastic at the minute. I mean, our weakest link is still our backline, but providing Bayern don't come in for any one of them, we could be alright leaving them alone. Actually, maybe not Ryerson. He is definitely the weakest link, but we'll just cross this bridge when we get to it next year. But stats-wise, Adeyemi had a cracking season, so did Guirassy, Donyell Malen, and Julian Brandt. This is going to be a slow process with Dortmund, man. We can't spend more than 35 mil on a player, but Bayern, whenever they want, can take whoever they want from us. We've just got to be tactical next year, guys, because our main objective for Season 2 is to get back into the Champions League. But before we go any further, if you're enjoying this live point rebuild with Dortmund so far, drop this vid a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button if you're new and want more content like this. Now back to the video, guys. We're now into Season 2 with Dortmund and we've got 102 mil to spend. But we can only use 35 of it at a time, which right now is a massive pain in my rear end. Because I want to replace Julian Ryerson. I mean, he's 27, he's a decent player, but I feel like long term he's reached his potential. And I feel like the team would be pretty much complete if we sort this left back role out. But we can't forget about Bayern, guys. They've already taken Schuler off us. And judging by their attacking options, we look kind of screwed, because if they want either Adeyemi or Malen, we've got no choice but to give them to them. And I freaking called it, didn't I, guys? They want Serhou Guirassy. We're going to get 62.5 mil for him. And the worst thing is, that price isn't even in the evaluation, man. It's 300k below it. I hate Bayern at this point, man. They've taken Schuler off us. They've taken our best striker off us. What are they going to do next? I mean, I really hope they leave Gregor Kobel alone, because there's no way we're replacing him with only 35 mil. That's basically impossible. To be fair, though, we could replace Guirassy without spending a penny. We've got Moukoko and we've got Maximilian Bayer. Either one of these players would do a fantastic job. But I think for now I'm going to use Moukoko and send Bayer out on loan, because Moukoko is 2 years younger and I feel like he's got way more potential. But we do now have 161 million to spend, but we are restricted to 35 mil per signing, remember. And I did say I wanted a new left back, so I'm going for Jorel Hato, who's transferred to Liverpool. He's a great defender already, got good pace, dribbling and defending, and he's only 19. But he is worth between 35 and 45 million, so if we are to make this deal happen, we've got no choice but to throw a player into it. I really hope, by the way, you aren't classing this as cheating, because I feel like this is the only way I can actually do this challenge. As I'm throwing Ozcan into this deal alongside 35 mil, which in total is 45. I really don't know if they're going to go for this. No, they want 4.9 million more. Are you joking? Right, I'm changing my tactics up now. I'm going a bit over the top. I'm throwing 29.9 million alongside Rice, and that's more than enough, surely. I mean, they can't turn this down, can they? Thank God for that. If they turned that down, I don't know what I'd have done. And there we go. After so many negotiations, Jorel Hato has finally signed for Dortmund. To be fair, him in a Dortmund kit just looks right. I actually wouldn't be surprised if this happened at some point in real life. And the team itself is looking fantastic. Not only is the quality up and down the pitch, there's a lot of youth talent in it as well. But our depth right now is looking pretty damn abysmal. We defo need to take care of this. I mean, we defo need a backup for Kobel. If he goes to Bayern, we are absolutely screwed. And that's exactly why I've just signed Bart Verbruggen for 31.6 million euros. Only 22 and already that good. I probably will loan him out just to make sure he is getting game time elsewhere, but he's definitely a suitable backup for Kobel. As for the backup centre mid, I'm going for Javi Guerra from Valencia, only 22 and 78 rated. Insanely well-rounded player, plus he's worth 31.5 mil, so we may just make this happen under 35 mil. And I'm going for Thiago Santos as a backup fullback. He's a very good player and only worth 25 mil, which means we aren't going over that 35 mil threshold. And there we go, for the combined total of 57.5 million euros, we signed both of these players on 5-year deals. And just to prove I didn't overspend, there he is, Javi Guerra 32.5 and Thiago Santos for 25. And look at our depth now, guys. I'm not saying it's perfect because it isn't, but it looks way better than it once did. We've just got to hope Bayern leaves the rest of this team alone, man, because if they come in for another one of our players, I don't know if we'll recover from it. And thankfully, we survived Bayern Munich. As you can see, we got no received offers. We are safe at least until the new year, which means this is the team we're running into Season 1 with. And you might be surprised that Bayern left us alone, but that isn't the only surprise. Not only are we top of the Bundesliga after 2 games, we are also back in the Champions League. Please don't ask me how this has happened because I have absolutely no idea. All I know is this team's got a second chance and a free run to absolutely smash it until the new year without Bayern Munich interfering. And that's exactly what we've done so far. We're second after 15 games. Ladies and gentlemen, we've turned a new page with Dortmund. We're still pantsing the DFB Pokal though. And after 6 games in the UCL League phase, we are currently 5th. So it's looking very likely we're going through automatically again. And it looks like our DM is carrying us, man. 19 goal contributions in 21 games is absolutely insane. But the problem we face right now isn't really a problem. We've got 55 million euros. And we've got absolutely nowhere to spend it. I mean, as long as Bayern Munich leave this team alone, which I hope they do, we do not need to mess with the starting 11 for another year at least. And we could put some money into our bench, granted, but realistically, we don't need to do that either. Because right now we've got Bano, Gittins, Bayer and Reina out on loan, alongside Waldemar, Anton, who's currently out on loan to make sure Beraldo gets game time. So if we brought them all back, that would absolutely bolster the strength of our depth. But I'm not going to just yet because I want Beraldo to improve a bit more as a centre-back before Anton comes back. And it seems like a stupid idea to bring these 3 back when they're currently killing it out on loan. But I don't want to throw this money down the drain, so I'm going to spend this money on a position that I've accidentally just overlooked. And that's the cam role, because Julian Brandt is fantastic in that role, but he's literally got no backup, so if he's injured, we're kind of messed up in that role. But I have found a very good backup, guys. Kendry Paes from Al Nassr, 18, 76 rated, only worth 16 mil, and as you can see from his stats, a very good attacking midfielder already. And considering he only cost us 20 million euros, I'd say that's the bargain of the century. And there he is on our bench, ladies and gentlemen. Once all those players come back from their loan move next year, our bench is going to have absolutely no problems. Now, as you can see, deadline day is here, and as you can see, guys, Bayern are nowhere to be seen when it comes to transfer offers, which means our players are safe and sound for Bayern for at least 1 more year now. And on top of that, the league phase is finished and we are safely through to the round of 16 once again. And as daft as this may sound, this team may just be able to pull it off. I mean, last year we made the semis, so hopefully with a more improved side, we could go all the way and get to the final. But unfortunately, what we couldn't do is go all the way in the Bundesliga, as Leverkusen win the Bundesliga title by 10 points. The good news is that we are 4 points clear of Bayern at the end of their season, despite them taking our best striker. But as you know, we did pants in the DFB Pokal, and we comfortably made it through to the round of 16 in the UCL, where we've battered Barca 5-3. And we get our revenge on Real Madrid from last year, and we make the semis once again. But we've choked it again in the semis. RB Leipzig beat us 2-1 on aggregate. Guys, I'm beginning to give up at this point. I don't know what more we got to do, man. We clearly performed the best in the Champions League. We just can't get past the semis. And frankly, looking at this team, it makes me worry going into next season, because if I was Bayern Munich, I'd be putting bids in left, right and centre. Especially for Adeyemi, 28 goals and 8 assists in 48 games. This guy's been the MVP for Season 2. We've just got to hope that Bayern leave us alone next year, man, because if they take 1 or 2 of our players from this starting 11, there's no way way in hell a 35 million player signing is going to replace them. But guys, I am absolutely gutted. We made it a month into the new season and Bayern Munich finally put a freaking bid in for one of our players. They've taken Yusufa Moukoko away from us for 92.2 million. I've got no words for this at this point, man. I freaking hate Bayern Munich. I mean, we've almost got 200 mil to spend, but we're only allowed 35 mil per signing. There's no way that money's going to replace Moukoko. But guys, I've just remembered we've got another striker with our potential, Maximilian Bayer, who's currently on loan to Toulouse. All we got to do is bring him back and we're safe and sound. And there he is in the team, guys. So far, we've actually managed to avoid a massive disaster. But if Bayern Munich do come in for the likes of Gregor Kobel, Nico Schlotterbeck, Karim Adeyemi, Julian Brandt, or players like that, we are absolutely screwed because we got no real good replacements for them. But guys, as you can see, we are on deadline day, and all these players that have had transfer offers haven't had one from Bayern Munich. So I think for now at least we are sound until January. So I'm now going to spend some of this money, and there's only one position really we need to spend it on, and that is indeed the striker role, because without Moukoko we've only got Bayer and we've got Sebastian Haller, who is getting on a bit himself, guys. So I feel like it's a good idea to bring in someone younger and someone with a lot more potential, which is why I'm signing George Ilanikine from Real Madrid, 2077 rated, only worth 23.5 mil. Is a great striker, and as you just saw, is an exciting prospect. And there we go, 33.1 million later, we've got our second choice striker. And whilst we do have all this money left to spend, I'm going to save it till January because you never just know what's going to happen. Which means this is the team going into season 3, and the only real change is Bayer's there in place of Moukoko. And I've just this second realised he's 84 overall. I could have swore when I brought him back he was 82. But with us being in the Champions League once again, I really couldn't care less. If anything, that bodes well for us, doesn't it? As we are once again top of the Bundesliga after 2 games again. We just need this team to have another very strong start to the campaign. If we have a strong start, we've got a better chance of having a stronger finish. And that's exactly what we've had, guys. We are top of the Bundesliga by a whopping 7 points. I know we've choked 2 semi-finals in the row in the UCL, but if we bottle this, we are the ultimate bottle jobs. We're also still in the DFB Pokal. Ladies and gents, we might be on for the treble if we've done well in the UCL. And whilst we're not doing as well as usual, we are still doing well. We are 9th in the UCL, so the treble, as daft as this sounds, is definitely still on the cards. And to be honest, it's not that surprising. Adeyemi and Donyal Marlin are killing it. To be fair, shout out Julian Brandt too. He's having a good season as well. And we've got all this money to spend with a maximum of 35 mil per signing. I don't see a world where we spend this money in January. I mean, logically, where would we actually put that money? Because the 35 mil signing wouldn't be good enough to get into the starting team. And we've got every position covered on the bench, so it just seems a bit pointless. Then again, there is Bayern to contend with, but to be honest, they are actually looking pretty stacked themselves, so we might be okay in January. Now guys, as you can see, it's deadline day now. We're still top of the Bundesliga. We're through to the playoffs in the Champions League. And as you can see, we've received no offers from Bayern Munich. Ladies and gentlemen, we survived another January. I feel like the stars are aligning, guys. I feel like this might be the year we complete our mission with Dortmund and help them lift the Champions League. But never mind the Champions League, we bottled the Bundesliga by 2 freaking points. In January, we were literally top of the Bundesliga by 7 points, man. How the hell have we choked it? Honestly, man, Bayern in this video have done my head in. Hertha Berlin also knocked us out in the quarters of the DFB Pokal. What on earth is going on? At the very least, we are in the playoffs of the UCL, as we did finish 10th, as we know. And that's where we destroyed Napoli 5-2. And we just beat City 3-2. And we smashed Inter 5-1. I swear, if we've choked another semi-final, I'm going to end this video now. We finally made the final, beating Bayern Munich to do it. Oh my god, that is sweet, sweet revenge. And we're playing Atletico in the final, guys. They ain't an easy team to beat either. They are playing the 4-4-2 flat, and overall, up and down the pitch, they've got some serious quality. And on top of that, the bench isn't exactly that bad either. But I don't think they've got players like us, man. We've got Donyal Marlin bagging 41 goal contributions in 53 games, 24 and 21 for Adeyemi, 15 and 3 for Sabitzer as well. And this is the team going into the final unscathed from Bayern freaking Munich. I'm actually amazed they never came in for Adeyemi or Donyell Malen because they're by a mile two of our best players. But thankfully they didn't because they're a big part of why we're in the UCL final. I mean, Donyell Malen's actually the top goal scorer in the Champions League, for goodness sake. And Adeyemi's finished 5th in the assist board with Julian Brandt topping it. But believe it or not, guys, this team up to this point haven't yet won a single trophy under my management. But that could change right now, as all we got to do is beat Atletico Madrid in the next 90 minutes to crown Dortmund the best team in the world. Here we come, Marcel Sabitzer. Okay, I'm looking for that run from Adeyemi. Is he onside or is he offside? Oh, he's freaking offside. Got Julian Brandt on the ball now, though. We're going to try and find Bayer. Okay, he's in behind. That's a great ball. First time on his left. Oh my god, that is a disgusting save. Boy, we got Donyell Malen on the ball, one of the best players in this entire video. Can he produce the goal? Oh, hang on, that's come to Maya. Oh, what a goal that would have been. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. We just need one to go in. It'll flood. But here come Atletico. Julian Alvarez is in behind. We need to contain him. Oh, he's done really well there, but the shot is woeful. Julian Brandt's on the ball now, though. He's going to try and find Bayer. He's got him as well. Bayer is in behind. Okay, surely this... Oh my god, what was that? I cannot believe that's just gone in. That is the flukiest goal I've ever scored. I mean, that was a fantastic ball from Brandt. The defender was completely out of the case, but Bayer, that's a shocking attempt for a chip. But the save is even worse. But I will take it 1-0 up inside half an hour, just what the doctor ordered. And here comes Jarell Hato. He's got a bit of pace about him, and he's found Bayer. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, Atletico's defence is shocking, and he's going to make it 2-0 just like that. Honestly, what is going on with Atletico's back four? All it is a simple through ball, and you're in behind. Hater with the assist that time. Atletico Madrid need to get it together. But here we come, second half now. Atletico pushing forward. We need to put a tackle in. They're still coming forward. I don't like this. Oh, that's a great save. Honestly, why Bayern never once put a bid in for Kobel is beyond me. As here come Atletico once again. Conor Gallagher's there, but so is Schlotterbeck. Julian Brandt on the ball. He's looking for that run in behind. He's going to find it. Bayer, can he get behind Kosunu? No, he can't. But here come Atletico. Not long to go left in the game. That's great defense. How has he still got the freaking ball there? Still on the ball. Good defending. Here comes Benjamin Sesko. He's in behind the defenders. He's done really well, to be fair, but he's just ran into a brick wall. And now it's our turn. Adeyemi against Molina. He's going to tear Molina up. Oh, I thought he would have, but okay, maybe not. But here come Atletico Madrid. One last attack for them. Are they going to get a goal? Nope. Oh, they're going to get a stupid penno, aren't they? Does it even hit his arm? Does it? I can't even tell. Oh, yeah, that's a clear handball. Ah, fair play. Julian Alvarez to take. Kobel is going to... I went to the bottom right, but he saved it anyway. And that is the full-time whistle. Dortmund beat Atletico 2-0 in the UCL final to make them the best team in the world. And that is the first video done using the live point feature, and that was tricky, you know. Maximum sign is a 35 mil per player, accepting every Bayern Munich transfer offer, but in the end, it only took 3 years. And it's amazing, isn't it? They can update the live point feature, but they can't give us a un-invisible trophy, but it does not matter. We're the Champions League winners with Dortmund, and we have completed our mission with them. And that's where we're going to wrap this video up, guys. If you have enjoyed it and want to see more content like this, drop this vid a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button if you're new. And if you want to watch more of my videos right this second, click here because YouTube recommends this one.